folks, welcome back to AAA Farms. James here, walking over to the Kubota now. We got a little bit of time. We're gonna go finish up brush hogging across the tree line here, get that finished up, and then we'll hit this spot over here that I started a few days ago, get all that knocked down today, see what progress we make. So two areas we're gonna hit today is this one, which I haven't showed any of that, but I just kind of started working on it after putting out hay one day. And then we're gonna finish across the little washout area here, and that would probably be all we really get to today. Tomorrow, if we don't get any rain, probably go brush hog that 7 acres that the box stands on. Go from there. Let's get in the tractor. I'm gonna go finish up what we started the other day across the ravine here. Pop it in second gear, make sure our brush hog's raised all the way up, and just slowly drive through this. I don't know how well it's coming across the camera about how steep this is, but it's kind of steep. It's not too bad. Okay, we got this little area kind of pushed back in and brush hogged what we can get. Oh, a few little things got in the way. This log down here, which I could always pick that up with forks and move it, but I'm not too worried about it. Then there's this, which I think that might have been what I caught the first time, except it, you know, it was up in the air back then. It's unrotted and fell since. But we got all this cleaned up pretty good. All this looks really good. We're done on this side. We'll go back across the ravine or the washout, whatever you want to call it. Do a little bit more. See, we kind of got this cleaned up pretty good. So it's beautiful out here. Like I said, don't fully know why, but this is one of my favorite parts on the farms. Probably because it's just secluded. You can't see the house, you can't see nothing. You're just kind of out here by yourself. It's peaceful. Let's head back across the little washout area and we'll finish up over there. So this is kind of that first little area that we started on. Got it all knocked down. And it goes around this pile right here, which is, get it walk around so y'all can kind of see around that. But it walks around this way, and that goes up to the corner where we kind of started the other day. So I got this burn pile that I'm eventually have to burn. I'll probably go ahead and brush hog with the old tractor some of this to clean it up a little bit better. But when I come through to run my fence, I'm gonna have to come through and cut out a ton of this brush, because y'all can see where they marked this here and there. That is not the property line. I don't know how it is in other states, but you got to be very careful, because they deem it too difficult to go mark the actual border. They can just put a marking, and then when they give you your survey, it will say 12 foot this direction, 20 foot this direction, whatever. But if you come up in here, so y'all can kind of see where that A is, and the other A is on this tree. But if you walk up in here, there should be an old metal fence. See if I can find it. Yeah, you can see the ribbon over there. That marks it. Yeah, there it is. So here's the fence. That's the actual border of the property. You can see where, that's where my people marked it. They did a pretty good job marking it. But you can see this wood fence is probably 25 to 30 feet to that tree. And this other tree is probably about 10 to 15. Because you can, it's hard to tell, but that it runs kind of like that. And so there's that tree, and over here's the fence. So definitely need to go ahead and get this all marked up. Or I say all marked up. I need to get this all cleared out and fenced in. Because the other thing that kind of agitates me. Now bear in mind, it's not the neighbors, it's whoever they paid to do the survey. So this is clearly way off. Remember, the fence is like 25 feet on the other side of this tree here. And we are walking 180 degrees away from it over here. Here's the ravine that I crossed, and there's the tree they got marked. And so that's dang near probably 80 feet to 100 feet from the actual border of the property. So no idea what these people were thinking. I don't know, but I'm not too worried about it because I got my paperwork. It's notarized, and I got all my official stuff, so it's no big deal. And it calls that fence out as being the border, which it is. So I mean, it's whatever, but still kind of annoying, you know, that the neighbors probably paid those people a lot of money, and they just got shafted. Like, they didn't mark it worth a dang. So kind of sucks for them, but it is what it is. They'll know where the border's at whenever I go through and run my barbed wire fence and everything. So, and like I said, I plan on doing that. I'm probably going to try to go ahead and get this ran before deer season. So I'll do that 6 acres that's over yonder, and then go ahead and get this piece ran, which would be border to my property and their property, and have that corner post put in. And then I may go ahead and run some of this back to like where we stopped brush hogging over here, where it got wooded, just to kind of fence off that corner. Maybe we can keep people from throwing their trash out on the property and dumping their deer remains everywhere. So, but let's get across this little washout and we'll go knock out this other area and we'll call it a day. As I was coming across the little washout here, I got to looking and I saw that one too. So that's another 80 to 100 foot off. And I got to looking, coming around on this side of the property, or this side of the woods, whatever. You can see where, I'll walk that way. Alright, you can see where that A is too. And you can see the fence right through there. On the hill, it's coming out somewhat on there. So basically, instead of doing what the people I hired did, which was their job, they came in with machetes and they actually like cleared a path so they could get to the barbed wire fence. You might see that barbed wire fence right there. And they actually cleared a path and marked it with pink ribbon on the fence where the borderline is. And whoever my neighbors hired, oh, I don't even know what they did. They just came in, marked these trees, and probably took a guesstimate of, oh, 20 feet that way, 30 feet that way. Which if you're just getting a survey of your property, figuring out your acreage or something, I guess that might be worthwhile. But if you were going to have, because you can tell they got all that pine right there is the neighbors, on the neighbor side. So if they were getting ready to come in and cut all that, man, they would be coming over here cutting whatever pines I got and then whatever other trees they want to get, which, you know, then that comes in a big old legal thing. So I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and get all that done. Try to get that done before deer season. That way it's done, in place, and it's a hard border. And go from there. I'm not a big fan of pine trees, so I wouldn't be upset that the pine trees would be gone. But it's the simple fact that they're gonna come over here and they're gonna get whatever pine trees that they think's on the border. And if you go by this, like that big pine tree right there is, which technically it's on my property. And they're going to destroy all the hardwood trees that I actually do want to keep. So I don't know, just laziness. That kind of stuff aggravates me. People pay you to do a job, and I don't know how much it was. They did it relatively recently. I did mine back in 2016, 2015 time frame, somewhere's in there, and it cost me like 5-6 grand. But and that was back then, but it was also for like 140. No, that was for 136 acres. We bought the 5 acres, 5 more acres about 2 years ago, and that's where the 141 comes from. So it costs that much to do all that, but I mean, you know, it probably still cost them a couple $100, if not $1,000 to do that, and you know, they didn't get the value out of it, I don't guess. Anyway, enough griping for a little bit, but I'm gonna go around and hop on this side of this washout, which the house is right over there, and finish this little section that's right on the other side of these trees here. And we're gonna call it a day. Go in, start cooking, go from there. Just want to point out, so I can beat me around, tractor's currently doing a regen, which this thing does have regen. It doesn't use DEF. No, excuse me. So I want to point out, y'all see that little orange light right there? That means the tractor's currently in regen. Kubota, or this Kubota at least, does not use DEF fluid, so it uses the regen. Kind of stingy right now. Anyway, it uses the regen, so it just burns a little extra fuel, and that's to make it burn harder, to burn all the soot off the filter or whatever. So since that's on, that means absolutely nothing. We can keep brush hogging. You might have to bump your RPMs up a little bit when you're running it. Basically, if it ain't high enough, it'll start flashing. And if that's the case, you just bump your RPMs up and call it good. I'm currently fine because I'm at brush hogging speed, so let's go ahead and continue on. Alright folks, this is the end result that we got. Looks much better. Got all that stuff chopped down. Now it's going to allow all the grasses to grow up, hopefully. Not right where I'm standing, but down here there's actually a lot of grasses that the cows will eat. So hopefully, what I'm hoping, I'm going to get this, well this is already done. I'm going to get this section, there's another section, and then another section where the box stands at. So plan on getting hopefully where the box stand's knocked out tomorrow with any luck. That leaves those other two sections. But the idea behind it, get all that knocked down, all the unwanted stuff, the little shrubs and trees and all that, let that return to the soil, decompose, feed the grasses that we have already that the cows will eat. Because like I said, I walked this with the USDA and they were talking about a lot of the grasses in there they'd really eat, and they pretty much told me they wouldn't worry about planting right now, planting any more grass, just fence more in, let the cows in on this side. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get all this knocked down. It's already cooling off a lot. I think the high today is like 96. It has been 108 like all summer. So it's definitely cooling off. As it cools off more, I'm going to fence in this 6-acre section. Go ahead and let the cows in there. I want to do that so that A, they can eat all that down, and whatever they don't eat down, I'll then go behind them and brush hog. And I plan on feeding in that 6 acres this year as far as the hay for this winter. And then deer season hits, I'm gonna start hunting and do all that stuff. But once deer season's over with, I'm gonna start fencing in all this 35 acres from the section over here on the other side, where I kind of went on my rant of the neighbors' stuff, markings and stuff. It's gonna go that way, and then it's gonna follow along that area that we just brush hogged on the other side of the trees here. It's gonna go all the way down past the box stand on the property line over here, and then it'll come back up and it's gonna tie into the very back left-hand corner of this cow pasture. And hopefully by the time we get all that done, it'll be spring-ish time, and I'll let the cows in here, and hopefully with any luck all the grass is gonna really blow up and they'll have tons and tons of food to eat, tons of nutrition to get into their bodies. So that's the goal. That's the goal, is to try to get all this stuff cut down and situate it for the cows, and hopefully improve the land as we go, and let our living fertilized spreaders do their job. And eventually all this is going to be very lush pasture. It's definitely going to need more than just the cows walking around on it. We're going to put chicken manure out on it. We got a lime still. I think I did the lime test, or this soil test, for this whole area. This whole area was one test, and then I did a test on that field, and then a test of this and the front together. And this 35-acre section that I'm going to be fencing in the fall/spring actually doesn't even need any lime. It doesn't need anything. I'm probably going to go ahead and do another test again just to make sure, but the original test showed no lime was needed and no fertilizer either, versus over here we're needing a ton an acre of lime. And then also on this and on the front section we need about a ton of lime per acre, and then we need a ton of fertilizer for all that, which I'm not going to do fertilizer. I'm going to do chicken manure to try to improve the soil and feed it over time, versus just giving it a good old chemical dose. So, making a lot of progress. It's very nice seeing all this stuff. I'm getting very excited about getting this fenced in. Going from there. So with that being said, I'm about to head up to the house, go ahead and get dinner started for the night, and call it a day on all this. Like I said, I'm hoping to do the box stand, 7 acres where the box stand's at back here, tomorrow. We got the fuel. It just really depends on if we got the time tomorrow and what the weather looks like, which I don't think there's any rain. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if it was. If y'all like this kind of content, please hit that like and subscribe button as we continue to brush hog. Like I said, we got probably at least 2 more videos between the box stand and then these other 2 sections here. In the very back here, there's some stuff that I'd already brush hogged down with the old tractor last year, so I'll be able to clean it up with the Kubota this year. And then there's tons of brush hogging we're gonna have to do with the old tractor. We're gonna be fencing in the 6 acres over here as well. That's coming up pretty soon. That's just gonna be a slow process as we get money and buy material, and we're gonna just build it as we can. So, but like I said, if you like this kind of content, please hit that like and subscribe button. Other than that, hope y'all have a wonderful day.